कृष्ण कृष्णाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत नमस्ते कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So Srila Prabhupada have instructed us to chant minimum 16 rounds and follow four regulative principles and say as that will be do. So if we do that, then
तो अच्छा चल रहा था क्लास होने के बाद ही ऐसे होने लगा
will be eligible to God. The more we follow sincerely every day, consciousness become elevated, consciousness become purified, consciousness becomes pure. Uh, uh, we are able to connect or see our relationship with Krishna, and also we can see Krishna's connection with everything and everyone. So Krishna is origin of everyone and everything. Krishna is father of every living entity and source of every uh, matter. So more we chant Hare Krishna, hear scripture, take association of devotees, more we can our consciousness becomes spiritualized. Uh, we can see that everything is connected with Krishna and Krishna is connected with everything. Due to uh, not developed Krishna means due to weak Krishna consciousness or due to not having any Krishna consciousness, the living entity are thinking everything in connection with him, thinking that I am the enjoyer, everything is meant for my enjoyment, this world is for our enjoyment, and there is no God. Uh, so due to weak Krishna consciousness, the living entity thinks in this way. So, uh, so therefore, uh, not seeing Krishna's presence is simply ignorance. Not able to see Krishna's presence, it is simply ignorance. So therefore, more uh, one chant sincerely every day, more he can find Krishna's presence in his life and in everywhere. So now, the quality of chanting, depends uh, how one attentively hear the mantra. Uh, and not just theoretically hear the mantra, but also one chant with great devotion. Uh, in which attitude I am chanting. So the quality of chanting is depends on our attentive hearing. So hearing will purify the heart. Hearing will purify the consciousness. So many times you are not able to get test in chanting because you are not attentively hearing. Either you are sleeping or either we are casually chanting, like some devotees are chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Somehow they are chanting. Obviously, they will get some benefit, but it will fall in offensive chanting. So, so one has to chant attentively, not casually, and then like when you are chanting, many times our minds are absorbed in so many other thoughts, studies, uh, then working life, and then so many other engagements, which will start after maybe 8 o'clock or 10 o'clock. But we start thinking during chanting, and when working life starts, we don't think about those things. So so this proves that we are living our life without taking shelter of Krishna. So uh, so we are in this material world due to forgetfulness of Krishna, and this forgetfulness of Krishna can be uh, uh, can be solved by chanting the holy name. Therefore, chanting the holy name can solve your all problems. Correct? Uh, Chanting Hare Krishna can take you back home, back to Godhead. So therefore, our morning chanting is the solution for all problem of our life. Morning chanting is the solution for all problem of life. But unfortunately, without solving that main problem, we are thinking about other problems to solve. During morning chanting, we start thinking so many other problems and solving those problems. But we forget the main problem: birth, old age, disease, and death. That's what we start our morning time. Samsara dava nala nidha loka. Pranaya karunna ghana ghanasam. We remember this material world is davanal. We are suffering. Intelligent person, he remembers this material world, I am suffering. And I need to go back to Godhead. And if I don't go back to Godhead, then I'll keep suffering in this material world, one body to another body. And therefore, I need to take the practice of Krishna consciousness more seriously. So, so we are not able to hear the mantra due to laziness, uh, sleeping during chanting or casually chanting, or the destruction of mind. So therefore, we have to be sincerely working on this and attentively chant. So when you attentively chant, holy name will purify your heart. And when holy name will purify your heart, then you will develop taste. The natural chanting will come. Secondly, uh, we have to chant with proper attitude, attention and attitude. So attitude, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu already spoke, na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim. कवितां वा जगदीशो कामये मम जन्मनि जन्मनीश्वरे भवताद bhaktir ahai sukito. So when we are chanting, we should chant as Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has taught us. Oh my dear Lord, uh, I do not want money, wealth, follower, beautiful woman or beautiful man, uh, na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim, kavitam, ba jagadishu kamay, scholarship, all worldly prestige, name, fame, etc. So I only want to serve uh, your divine lotus feet. So that is my original position. Oh my dear Lord, please give me opportunity to serve your divine lotus feet or to serve the lotus feet of your servant. So please engage me in your service. So this is the right attitude. So when our attitude is devotional and we chant with that attitude, we find that chanting Hare Krishna is very sweet process. Chanting Hare Krishna is very nectarian process. Chanting Hare Krishna is a natural process. So we struggle with the mind because heart is not devotional. We struggle to concentrate on chanting because we are not chanting to serve the Supreme Lord. We are not chanting with developing love for Krishna. So chanting is not some intellectual process; it's a natural process, and that's what Upanishad says. Atho Sri Krishna Namadi na bhaved graham indriya. Krishna's name, form, pastime cannot be understood by our mundane senses. But sevan mukhi hi jivado swayam eva spuratyada. Sevan mukhi hi jivado. When we chant with sevan mukh, with the attitude of service, then the Lord, He manifests Himself. So this is the core principle of chanting. Chanting is not some technique. It's a core principle of chanting that we chant with devotional attitude. So we chant to serve Krishna because we are eternal servant of Krishna. So even a simple devotee can chant better, where may educated devotee may not able to chant and keep on struggling with the mind. Because so much intellectual uh, and so much intellectually thinking about the process and forgetting the simple truth, forgetting the simple truth that Krishna is the master, I am the servant. So, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur used to say that simplicity is a symptom of a sincere Vaishnava. So, uh, so, so therefore, attitude is very important factor when you are chanting, and when you chant with that attitude of service, then we experience sweetness in chanting. We experience nectar in chanting, and we want to chant more. We chant from our heart, not just by our lips. We don't chant just by our lips. Uh, we chant with our heart. And third important point to have to improve the quality of chanting. सुन रहे सब लोग सोइए मत. Third important aspect of improve the quality of chanting is to make our 22 hours in connection with Krishna. If our 22 hours have great effect on our 2 hours of chanting. If 22 hours you are busy in unauthorized activities like watching cricket match, then sleeping more than necessary, then watching pornographies, then uh, uh, breaking four regulative principles. If 22 hours we are disconnected from Krishna, or uh, or we are doing some prohibited activities, so then in 2 hours of chanting we will not be able to concentrate on Krishna. So 22 hours, if you are in Maya, then how in 2 hours you can be in Krishna? How in 2 hours you can find Krishna? So in 22 hours, like you have somebody has to do his studies, somebody has to do his work. Yeah, that comes in the occupational duty. Sorry, conditional duty. Uh, that comes in his conditional duties. So, but when one is performing his conditional duties, he has to remember that I am doing this for Krishna. So that is possible when you are doing reading and hearing uh, uh, outside of your working life or study life. तो स्टडी लाइफ को छोड़ के या वर्किंग लाइफ को छोड़ के जो बाकी जो गैप समय है, बाकी जो समय है, 8 hours वन में वर्क, 6 hours वन में स्लीप, 14 hours, 2 hours में चैंट, then 16 hours, then we have 8 more hours. So 8 more hours we have to we have to read, we have to hear, and thus we have to remember that Krishna is the goal of our life. And then 2 hours you can chant quality down. So if that outside of 2 hours, 22 hours, if we are not performing our duties properly, like अगर आप पढ़ाई नहीं कर रहे हैं या अगर आप आपका काम नहीं कर रहे हैं, तो आपको अननेसेसरी टेंशन होगा चैंटिंग के समय. और अगर बहुत सारे प्रकार के प्रोहिबिटेड एक्टिविटी में आप एंगेज है, दैट ऑल्सो विल स्टॉप योर सेल्फ टू एब्जॉर्ब इन चैंटिंग. वो आपको होली नेम में एब्जॉर्ब होने नहीं देगा. So therefore chanting is not some theoretical process, chanting is not some mechanical process. Chanting is your lifestyle for Krishna, how you are living. If you are not living for Krishna, you cannot chant for Krishna. If your goal of life is not Krishna, then during your chanting Hare Krishna, it will be very difficult for absorbing chanting, because throughout your 22 hours you have kept something else your goal, something else you are searching. If you're searching Krishna, or if you're doing everything for Krishna, either your studies, either your work, either your food, either your sleep, so chanting is not something like whole day is something else and 2 hours you are chanting with absorption. That is not possible. So that's what Prabhupada used to say, why 20, Prabhupada says 24 hours Krishna consciousness. So, so Prabhupada kicked out Maya from the life of ISKCON devotees. तो लोग बाहर में जो कृष्ण कॉन्शियसनेस का कॉन्सेप्ट है, थोड़ा सा सब कुछ करते करते थोड़ा सा जितना टाइम मिले, that is the concept of outside people, because they want to enjoy Maya, they want to sleep on the lap of Maya. কত নিদ্রা যাও মায়া পিছা চিরকোলে. But Prabhupada very powerfully establishes that we are not this body, we are soul. Prabhupada powerfully establishes that we are suffering in the cycle of birth and death. And therefore, Krishna consciousness is our prime duty. And to practice Krishna consciousness, and we can connect everything with Krishna. Without being irresponsible for one's material duty. Without being irresponsible one's material duty, one can be fully Krishna conscious. So Prabhupada has given that concept. Prabhupada has given that practical example, practical life also. So therefore, uh, don't make handshake with Maya. Uh, one hand, one hand you are holding Maya, another hand holding Krishna. So, so try to hold Krishna's lotus feet by your two hands, and that is holding the bead bag. Holding the bead bag means you are holding Krishna's lotus feet with your two hands, but in one hand bead bag and one hand mobile phone. Uh, then one hand Krishna, another hand Maya. So we have to be very careful not to hold Maya's hand. And if you hold Maya's hand, and you immediately you'll find that there is no Krishna, and Maya will punish you. Uh, Maya will punish you very pathetically. So therefore, our 22 hours is very very vital, and one should be very sincere to organize this 22 hours so that he don't forget Krishna. The purpose of whole sadhana bhakti, the purpose of whole sadhana bhakti, like we are trying to practice sadhana bhakti, the different angas of sadhana bhakti, the purpose of whole sadhana bhakti is to always remember Krishna and what?
Please Krishna.
Huh?
Please Krishna.
And never forget Krishna. Always remember Krishna and never forget Krishna. So, so the process of bhakti will help you to remember Krishna, and prohibited action will make you forget Krishna. So therefore, we have to be very very sincere to organize our 22 hours. How we are sleeping, how we are eating, how we are doing other activities, spending our time. uh, so in such a way that we can remember Krishna 24 hours. So Arjuna, Prabhupada is saying, Arjuna is able to remember Krishna in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Then what is the difficulties to remember Krishna during your studies? What is the difficulties to remember Krishna while your work? Arjuna is able to remember Krishna during the battlefield. हम लोग बोलते प्रभु जी हमारा पढ़ाई है भक्ति नहीं कर सकते, प्रभु जी हमारा वर्किंग लाइफ है हम चैंटिंग नहीं कर सकते. Is it not Maya? Arjuna is able to do it. Why not we? So that was much difficult. So therefore, balance. Study nicely during study time, and then other time you practice Krishna consciousness sincerely. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So these are the three important points which I spoke to improve our chanting. The first was attention. Second is attitude, and third is engaging, organizing our 22 hours. Hare Krishna.